Hey everybody, we're getting ready to start. Today's Coffee with the Pastors is a special episode near and dear to my heart. Two wonderful women of God that have impacted my life like never before. Today, please enjoy time with Pastor Erica Canavan and Pastor Mary. Pastor Mary, Pastor Erica, take it away.
Hello, everyone. How are you today? Thank you for joining us. I see there's a few people online. Maybe you can see us, maybe you can't. I don't know. Yes, you can. Okay, good. I was just making sure. Well, thank you for joining us. So today we have a special coffee with the pastors. As you can see, I have a wonderful guest with me today. So everybody knows Pastor Mary. I love her. We've been friends for a very long time. I won't say how many years, because then that makes us both look old, and we're really not old. But very, very long time. She is my dear friend. I'm very glad that she could join us today. How are you, Pastor Mary?
I'm doing very well. Thanks for letting me come.
Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. This is going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've been looking forward to it.
Good. So everybody who's online, if you have any questions, comments, thoughts about worship, that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about what is the true heart of worship and what exactly does that mean and how we can learn about that to enhance our walk with the Lord. So any questions, I will be watching our stream, so you can sign them up right there. Joanne said, hi, Pastor Mary.
Hi, Joanne.
So feel free to share the link so other people can join us. So right now I'm going to ask for those of you who are watching online, what is your current favorite praise or worship song? So if there's one that you really like, feel free to comment and we'll talk about it. Pastor Mary, what's your favorite go-to song right now?
So that's always a hard one for me because there's so many that I love. And, my song list goes back many, many, many years, from Shout to the Lord.
Ooh, that's a good one.
It's a great,
It's a classic.
still a great song today.
Yep.
To even further back to the hymns of At the Cross and Victory in Jesus, These are songs that we all grew up in church, but I think today the song that has been on repeat for me a lot, especially over these past few months, is Never Lost.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
You can do all things.
Yep.
He can do all things.
You stole mine.
Right? Is it yours too?
It is mine. It is on repeat all the time. Because
Right?
it's true. It doesn't matter what we've gone through.
Right.
He's never lost that battle.
Never
and he
lost.
never will, right?
Never lost, yeah.
There's nothing.
For sure.
There's nothing that he can't do for us or for others or
Right.
our church or our homes. Nothing.
Right. Because I think it's a good reminder, even when, obviously it's been difficult, for a lot of people, and still is. And it's easy sometimes to just get focused in on just what's around you.
Right.
But man, if you can get your mind and your heart fixed and set on Christ, get your worship music on, get
That's
that
right.
surrounded in His presence, all things made new. And you understand that he already fought the battle. He already won it for you.
right.
And it's just at that point for us to receive it.
Amen. That's so true. And it doesn't matter the highs, the lows, the ins, the outs. He's there.
He's in it all.
He's in it
Yeah.
all, and like you said, he's already won that battle.
Yeah.
So there's nothing that we can't feel down about or feel
Sure.
discouraged about, because it's already there.
Sure.
He's already won it. It's already that victory you can claim because he's never lost that battle.
Yeah. No, one of my favorites. I think it's on our set list for this coming Sunday. So
Nice.
Yeah, so we're
Well,
excited.
be sure to watch.
Yeah.
All right, so I have a few people here who have said, let's see so far. So I'm not really sure who would have wrote this, but I have one that says Rattle, which is on our set list in a couple weeks.
It's a great song.
It's a good song. So we have Rattle. Abby wrote Closer to Your Heart by Carrie Job. That's a good one.
I've never heard of that song.
We'll have to play
I'll
it
have to
later.
check it out,
Yeah. So Never Lost is one of mine, and I don't know. I've really been in the worship groove lately. Some fast songs I've kind of been like, eh.
Sure.
But really, just the worship. Definitely, it changes the whole atmosphere.
For sure.
you know, that's Pastor Rob's go-to song. When he's having a bad day or something, he puts on The Atmosphere is Changing, and it literally does.
Changes,
It,
for
it
sure.
changes.
Yep.
And when you're having a bad day or you get bad news, or just for a lot of people, like, this has been a really tough 3
Right.
or 4 months. But when we put in that mindset of changing the atmosphere, that sense of praise and worship comes on us, and
Right.
you have a completely different outlook
Right.
in what that situation looks like,
Right.
And what that situation and the outcome of those things, how it changes.
Right.
There's a scripture, I can't remember where God wanted to punish the people of Israel, but Moses prayed and worshiped and changed the heart of God. Not that we can change God's mind, but he has compassion and grace and mercy, and those situations can change for
Sure.
us. But it only happens when we get into that
Right.
mindset of worshiping.
Absolutely.
So somebody else wrote Waymaker.
Great song.
Tina has joined us. Hi, Tina.
Hi, Tina.
We miss you.
Tina's supposed to be with us right now, and
But
yeah,
she's-
I miss her.
She's in Nebraska.
She's on her way back.
Oh, you're
last
back
I heard,
from-
they're driving through Iowa.
Oh, that's fun. That's a flat state of
I
nothing.
miss you, Tina. Love you.
We'll have to do this again so she can join us.
Yes.
All right, and then we have Waymaker. Do you like Waymaker?
I love Waymaker. It's like it has all the good feels and all the definitions that you want all in one.
Right. So that's our church's go-to right now.
Oh, really?
Like the
Yeah?
second that
Yeah.
that song starts, it's like poof, the church just
Right?
erupts.
Sure. Do you do that add-on bridge?
We
even
don't.
When I don't see him.
We don't yet.
Okay.
But I've been getting them to start listening to
Yeah,
it to try to
good.
learn it because I
Good,
think
good.
it's good. I like the build. I like the
Yeah,
whole.
sure.
But it's a great song. It's
Right.
such a good song. So yeah, that's probably one of my favorites right now too.
Me too.
And so Joanne's husband Don, his is Blessing.
Great
It's
song.
a good song.
Yeah, it's
We
a
did that
great
one on
song.
Mother's Day,
Yeah, we
and
did too.
everybody
Yeah.
everybody liked that one. So that was a really good. That's a really good one too. And 100% scripture. Like you can't argue
sure.
anything about that song being like, oh, I'm not sure. Like it is literally
From
scripture,
Right. Sure.
which is amazing.
Yeah.
And the two people they picked to sing it just really,
Right.
Carrie and Cody, just do such a great
Right. Mm-hmm.
job with it. But that's a really good one too. So Deb wrote Waymaker is my absolute favorite. Yep, that one's just, it is. That's another one that just changes the whole the whole mindset of whatever your day is going.
Right.
He is that Waymaker.
Right.
And you need a
'Cause
miracle?
I agree, because I think sometimes that I don't know so much as it's changing what's going on around you as much as it's changing you. You know, it's changing the way you look at things, or that your focus is changing and your release of it. I know a few weeks ago we were doing a call, and Tina actually made a statement that just really resounded with me, and it's just about surrendering and releasing the results to the Lord,
Yeah.
and just allowing whatever his hand is going to move. I'll know it's for my best.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
And so me singing out that song, it just kind of confirms it over and over.
Yeah, that's a good one. We're gonna do in a couple weeks we're gonna do Holy Ground, and I have that same part with that bridge where it talks about the chains falling and
Yeah.
like you almost could do a whole worship set just based on some of
Sure.
these bridges and choruses of some of these songs that really do just.
Right.
Yep, that's what I need right now. Yep, that's
Right.
totally it right now.
Right.
Even the other one, Natalie Grant sings it. Redeemer, my healer,
Yes.
Lord. Right?
Yep.
I can't think of what the name of it is right now. Something. Your great name.
Yes.
Right. So even that bridge,
Yep.
tie that together with Holy Ground and tie it
Right.
together with Waymaker. Like all of those things, it's just a declaration of who He is.
Yes.
Which really comes down to what we're talking about today, being the heart of worship.
Yep.
Like, why do we worship? What is
Right.
the reason?
Exactly.
Is it just because, the music sounds really great? Well, no, there's something about why we worship and who
Right.
we worship that changes all of those
I agree.
things.
I was listening on the way down here, and the song came on, "Oh Come to the Altar."
Yes.
And man, things change when you get to that bridge. Oh, what a Savior!
Yeah.
Isn't He wonderful?
Absolutely.
When you start declaring who He is,
That's right.
yeah,
Just things, it changes everything.
Right. I agree.
And you know, and like you said too, like some of these young kids have no idea about these
Some of
old
these young
old
kids.
songs. Unless you're Daniel. Daniel is always telling me, Pastor E, can we please do a throwback? And some of the songs. This kid wants to do "Making War in the Heavenlies" by Ron Canoli, and I shut him down every time because I'm just not. I'm just not up for singing
That's a
Ron
little
Canoli
way back.
because I know the second we start with that, this church is going to start running around with tissues and hankies and going
Nothing wrong
crazy.
with that. Come on.
And I know, but we have to maintain social distancing. You
Oh,
can't do
that's
that.
true. Right, social distance.
Right? But some of these kids just don't, like, they think Matt Redman or Chris Tomlin wrote some of these hymns, you know, because
Sure.
we interject these choruses that are like, oh yeah, and I'm like, no, that's not really, that's not the original. But some of those
Right.
those hymns have such
For sure.
meaning, and
It's a message.
you know, it pierces your soul because the words and even the way that they're written to the music is just so powerful that you think, okay, well, it was written in 1800. Yeah, but the words are still the same. It still has the true meaning.
Absolutely.
You know, and I know even for you, you go way Southern gospel with your stuff. And you've dragged me down there with you over the years.
You do it so well,
And,
though.
Oh, thank you. I know I have a girl in our church. She's like, oh, you're singing today? She goes, oh, you're going to go black? And I was like, no, it's more Southern. Like,
Southern gospel.
It's not
Yeah.
quite that way. I can't riff very well, but the Southern gospel twang, you
Sure.
really, but again, Deep South, some of those songs, the
Yeah.
meanings and the words and the lyrics are just so, you know, and the one
Right.
that we do together that I love is, he never promised
Yes.
that the cross would not get heavy. And every time I'd get teary-eyed and it's
Yeah.
just so, oh, it's true.
For sure.
It's just,
He'll take you through.
He'll take you through, right? And he'll lead you through that fire. You won't get burned, right?
Right.
And it's just, so I mean, there are days that I just wake up and I'm like, okay, you didn't promise it was going to be easy, but at
Right.
the end of the day, I'm going to get through it. And,
Absolutely.
and you're there waiting.
Absolutely.
And some of those songs, the same thing, like Shout to the Lord, or just simply some of these small little He touched me, like profound words that just pierce
Yes.
your heart.
Yes.
You know, and just, you can't forget those things.
Right.
As great as Elevation and Hillsong and all these modern Bethel songs are, there's something about going back to that, just
Absolutely.
the reminder of just how amazing God is.
Absolutely.
All right, let's see who else we got. Let's see. Tina's mom said, shout from Tina on my mom on Joanne's phone. Samuel is watching. Hi, Sam, all the
Hi,
way from
Sam.
Brazil.
Hey,
McKenna
Sam.
says, go PM.
Hey, Kenna.
Let's see what else. Let's see. Anybody else put a song? Oh, Tina put matching water bottles. How cute. Well, Tina, you would have had a
I
water bottle
know, look
too,
at my water
but
bottle.
you're not here. So, but if you come, we'll get you one, and we'll have 3 matching water bottles. Okay. All right. So, Pastor Mary, let me ask you this: what is your definition of worship?
Well, that's a really good question, because I think that the definition is pretty broad. I think for a lot of people, it just depends, in my opinion, on kind of how you grew up and really where you're at. For me, my worship, my truest worship is found in surrender. My truest worship is
Yeah.
found in just none of me and all of Him.
That's right.
You know, where it's just, you know, where literally I fade away and He becomes the very focus and the center.
Yeah.
I know that, you know, we talk a lot about it as, you know, worship pastors and worship leaders, that, you know, when we get on the stage or on the platform, we're mindful that it is all about Him and not about us, that we leave us off the stage, we leave us off the platform, and our focus must be on Him, because there's nothing within me to glorify,
Right.
and
Definitely.
all of it in Him. So I
Definitely.
think that the truest definition of worship for me is my position
That's right.
and where I place myself. And
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, so
No, that's the perfect definition. Absolutely. And like you said, when we lead, and actually I just talked about this yesterday with our student worship team. We were talking about worshiping freely and what exactly that means. And we talked about David and how when the Ark of the Covenant came back to Israel, how he worshiped unashamedly. And so
Sure.
they're like, oh, what's that? And I was like, well, essentially he tore off his clothes and danced in the
That's
street
right.
naked.
Right.
Not, and they were just kind of like, oh. And I'm like, no, you can't do that now.
Right.
That's,
That's not allowed.
That was for then. This is, but we were talking about how his wife was so upset and so mortified that he was
Right.
doing this, that she thought people are going to lose total respect for the king,
Sure.
but he didn't care.
Right.
His worship in that moment was so pure and so, it's all for God.
Absolutely.
And I think for us, to put it in modern day terms, we have to strip away
Right.
everything.
Absolutely.
And so that it really is just
Right.
us at our nakedness before
Right.
God.
The most vulnerable
The-
place.
exactly. And being able to just worship him, like you
Right.
said, and just surrendering it all to him with God, just take it, use
Sure.
me. And, and I say it often, you could be the most amazing singer, the most amazing musician, and your heart just be hardened.
Sure.
You
Right.
don't have the worship. And then you could have a little bit of talent, maybe you don't sing the best or you don't play the best, but your heart is so into that worship
Right.
that none of that matters. And then you see the
Right.
true presence of God come through that person because their heart is literally
Right.
where it should be.
Absolutely. I think if Samuel was here, and maybe he's even going to put the question on there, but I think he's even asked you, would you rather have passion or would you rather have talent?
Oh, passion, 100%.
Right.
100% passion. Because that, to me, when we're standing up here, people are watching, obviously.
Sure.
Right now people are watching online if you're doing live or whatnot, but people are watching. And everybody praises and worships differently.
Absolutely.
Some people are full out
Sure.
hands, some people are just a
Right.
little,
Hold the
some
baby.
just, you hold the baby, full touchdown,
yeah.
right? Some people just tap their foot or tap
Right.
their side, and then you have people swinging from chandeliers that we actually have chandeliers here.
Right. Sure.
So all those kinds of things, right? And so I'll take passion because when we're up here, the people see
Absolutely.
your
It
how
engages
genuine
them.
you are, and
Yeah.
exactly, it engages them right
Yeah.
into the presence.
Absolutely.
And as you worship freely, they find that freedom to be
Right.
able to just drop everything and
Right.
worship.
Yeah, I agree. Because you can teach a musician to be a better musician. You can teach a singer to be a better singer and things like that. But you can't teach passion.
You can't teach passion,
So-
absolutely. And it's all for God. And why would you not want to
Absolutely.
give him your 100%, the best that you can?
Absolutely.
Because he's going to take that.
Sure.
Just like the talents,
Yep. Yes.
right? The guy who
Yes.
buried his talent could have been the best musician, the best singer
Absolutely.
everywhere, but he's like, yeah, I'm just going to keep this right here. And the guy who had 10 could have been just an okay singer, an
Right.
okay guitar player. I mean, I'm just an okay piano player, but I do it to the best that I can,
Right.
all for God's
Sure.
glory. And at the end of the day, it just comes down to what we give him.
Right.
And then in return, he blesses us more because we were just humble. And like you
Right.
said, just surrendering it all to him and allowing him to use it.
Amen.
All right, let's see what else we got here. People they are writing away.
That's awesome.
Tina's just, she's still going. She's like, next time, I promise. Let's see. You got a yes, 100% Pastor Mary. Christ the Rock wrote, any song you play. Question for Pastor Mary. Which song does the church like the most?
Is this from Samuel?
This is from Samuel. Yes.
Oh, Samuel, you are so funny.
But he put church in quotation marks,
Yes.
so I'm,
Yes.
I'm assuming there's something there.
Yes. You know what? I think that there are songs that the church itself responds to more.
Yep.
Whether it's that they just know it better, but I think a lot of times it's just they identify it with
Yeah.
it a lot. And we've talked about this, songs like that are older, that are, I'll stand, and it's like
Your
boom.
hands.
With,
You
right,
just
with
start playing.
arms
You
high,
just
right?
start
And
playing the chord
everybody
progression.
just-
And you're like, oh, I know this one
because it
This is
speaks
just-
to your
Right.
spirit.
Exactly.
And it's like, I want to be that person.
Yes.
That is, I'm going to stand
Yep.
with arms high and heart abandoned.
Yeah.
Right. I want to be that one that somebody looks at me and says, she's not ashamed of the gospel.
Amen.
I want that to be the living testimony of my life. And we've said this before too. And sometimes I'll have to talk.
Yes.
That I want it to be the living testimony that wherever
Yes.
I go, you see Christ in me,
Yeah.
and whether it be in my smile or in a gesture, and
Yeah.
and then I'll have to talk sometimes, but
Yeah.
it's really more about living that out and not being ashamed of the gospel. And
That's right.
And for me, that song just exudes
Yeah.
it,
Oh, definitely.
And another classic, Shout to the Lord. Man, you sing that song and you can barely hear yourself.
That's right.
Singing, because the people are just,
They love it. Yeah.
"Yes!"
It's so
You know?
so true. It's so true.
But we have songs today. Do It Again. Yeah. Oh
Yes.
my gosh, I love that song.
Yeah, that is a great
And,
one.
things like you sing those songs and you don't do it, for the response. You do it because those are the songs that I personally, that I know that the Lord's put on my heart for us to do that Sunday or whatever. But I know that there are times when you just know people are going through things, like the song Holy Ground.
Yes.
Man, you break off into that bridge, chains fall, fear, bow,
Yeah.
here, right now.
Jesus changes
You know,
everything.
you feel it
Yeah.
coming back at
Yeah.
you, because you know that the people that are sitting in front of you, they're going through it,
That's
or
right.
they've come through it, and
That's
now
right.
they're on the other side
Yep.
rejoicing, or they're rejoicing their way through it.
Right.
You know?
And I think even Break Every Chain is another one of those.
Yes.
Because I think
Yeah.
that song is a song that people can sing standing in the gap for somebody else.
Sure. Absolutely.
People whose sons or daughters or husbands or wives have left or in a
Right.
hard place, right?
Right.
That is one of those songs that no matter what,
Right.
I will sing this song on your behalf, that those
Absolutely.
chains, right, will
Yeah.
break. And I know when we go, my mom likes that one a lot.
Does she?
Yeah, that's one of my mom's go.
Yeah.
A Waymaker is her favorite right now,
Sure.
but Break Every Chain, there's
Yeah.
again just something. And I feel like the longer you're a Christian, the more chains you kind of
Mm.
almost have, because God keeps revealing, because you change.
Sure.
You're never who God wants you to be.
Sure.
You're always changing, and He's always changing you. And I feel like, oh, I didn't realize that was a stronghold, or I didn't
Sure.
realize that was holding me back from really what God. And so
Exactly.
it doesn't matter where your walk is.
Right.
A song like that is just a constant reminder that always break every chain, no matter what.
Absolutely.
And there's power in His name.
Absolutely.
We did Jesus at the Center this past Sunday.
Nice.
And it's with that
That's a
probably one of
great-
my favorites.
yeah, great song.
I don't think anybody sings it any better than Davi, but I'm just gonna throw that out
Aw,
there.
Davi.
Yeah, I love Davi.
I miss-
So that there's just something about that song too, that it's a reminder
Sure.
that He's at the center of it all,
Every bit.
everything, and that no matter what, He's the center of our life. He's
Absolutely.
And I always look back at it as, because I work for Target and we use the bullseye.
Sure.
Perfect reminder that no matter what, I'm aiming for that center, and that Jesus is that target no matter what. That
Right.
everything, He's at the center of it all. Maybe we can't see full circle what's going on, but He is the one thing we're always aiming for.
Absolutely. This is not a paid sponsorship.
No, this is
from
not a
Target,
sponsorship
so-
for Target.
They
but
could,
if-
though, if they wanted to.
It could. We love your money at Target. Sorry, we got off topic. All right, hold on. Let's go back. All right, Sarah wrote Breakthrough. Oh, that's a good one, too. That is a good song. Breakthrough and Symphony are two songs that have gotten me through a lot this past year. Pastor Rob wrote Passion Over Talent. Either Tina or her mom wrote, "In worship, I dwell in the presence of God. Worship is my refuge, my warfare, my hiding place. It is my praise, my prayer, my passionate declaration of God's promise through a song."
Wow.
That is like, I'm going to screenshot that. Hold on.
That's really awesome.
I'm going to put that on a poster, and then I'm going to put at the bottom Tina Moen, just so you know. So I won't take it for myself as much as I want
That's
to.
awesome.
Let's see. So a lot of people wrote passion. Pastor Rob wrote passion in Brazilian, in case Samuel is watching. That's for you, Sam. We miss you a lot. Like you said, can't teach passion. Everybody, passion, passion, passion. Oh, thank you, Abby. I am not an amazing piano player, but if you want to score brownie points, there you go. Let's see. Pastor Rob wrote, I'll stand with arms high and heart abandoned in awe of the one who gave it all.
Sure.
Do It Again. That is one
Sure.
of the best songs. Break Every Chain. Let's see. So many songs, I don't know which one to write.
Right.
It is very true.
I feel
It
the
is
same
so
way.
it is so true. So Webster's dictionary says worship is to honor with extravagant love and extreme submission. So exactly what you're talking about.
Sure.
Giving it 100% over to God. Then I like this question here. Why do we worship God? Like, what is the purpose of worshiping?
Well, I think that I think it kind of goes with another portion that you wanted to talk about today, which is, would you continue to worship God if from this day forward He never did a miracle? Or for me, they both go hand in hand, because I say it often in service into our congregation, and I mean it, and that is, if He never did another thing for me, He'd still be worthy of my praise.
That's right.
I mean, He saved me, He's healed me, redeemed me,
Yeah.
promised me eternal life, and everything else outside of that, those are, for me, just the many blessings that He pours down.
Yeah.
He's worthy of my praise simply because of who He is, right?
right.
I mean,
That's right.
that's another awesome song.
Yeah.
Because of who You are, I
don't
give
think-
You glory.
I don't know that we've done that in this church, but I really should.
Really? I mean, just because it just is the truth.
Absolutely.
I give Him praise just because of who He is, and not for all the many things, that He blesses me, which I'm
right.
grateful and thankful for. But He's 100% worthy of all the praise, all the
Yeah.
glory. He's the star here.
Absolutely.
He's the one to receive it all.
That's right. Absolutely. No, completely. And and you're 100% true. If He never did another thing or answered another prayer, I still continue to worship because of what He has done.
Absolutely.
There's a story in the Bible that talks about how the Israelites would build altars of remembrance, and it wasn't something to keep going to the past. It was something to remember what God did for them
Sure.
in that situation. And I think in our own lives, we have to build those altars of remembrance so that, you know what, fine, you didn't answer this prayer that I wanted you to answer more than anything, but you've done this, and you've done this, and you've done this, and I know you'll do it again. Maybe this is not
Right.
what I thought you were going to do, but
Right.
you still have done all of this, so you deserve all of the glory
Right.
and all of the praise and the worship because
Absolutely.
of these things.
I don't know about you, but I think that there are times when I look back in my life and things that I had prayed for, things that I had sought God for, and in my own personal worship time doesn't look anything like my worship time on. I mean, my own personal worship
Exactly.
time is just
Yes.
a mess,
Yeah.
and me, with God and singing really loudly or crying really loud, and there are times when I look back at those, those remembrances that you're talking about, and things that I've prayed and sought God for,
That's right.
that I look back now and honestly thankful that He never answered it, because I didn't see then that was not going to be good for me.
Right.
I didn't see then that wasn't something that was part of His plan to give me the very best.
That's right.
Right? And that's all I want. I want to have the very best that He has for me.
Amen.
The Word tells us that our steps are ordered. And I want to be sure that I am continue to walk in those steps, that at times I'm just like, Lord, light it up like a runway. You know,
Exactly.
help me not to miss
Exactly.
anything that you have for
Yes.
me. Light it up if you have to.
Yep.
And because I want to be sure that I'm walking in
Yeah.
that continually.
Yeah, definitely. At 100%, totally agree. Like that's just, yeah, it's well said. So that's just perfect. You know, I feel the same way that no matter what, he just deserves it just because of who he is.
Absolutely.
There isn't any other way to put it. Just
Absolutely.
because he's God,
Right.
he deserves our worship.
Absolutely.
And like you said, I'm the same way. I have a keyboard in my office, and so there are times I'll be, working on stuff, and I just all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I just got to go play, right? And you get so
Yes.
lost in his
Yep.
presence. Just before you know it, like a couple weeks ago,
Right.
we had a board meeting, and so but I was just so caught up and focused in worshiping on my keyboard, and then Pastor Rob texts, he's like, hey, it's 7:03, you coming up for this board meeting? And I was like,
Right.
oh,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Right? Because you just get so caught up in his
For
presence. And that's where he meets with you.
Yeah.
And it's one thing, like you said, to have corporate worship, but there's something about having that personal, intimate time with God that
You
that
can't do it.
changes you.
You can't live without it.
You can't live without it.
You
And
can't.
honestly, you can't lead like as a worship pastor.
Absolutely.
If we're
Without
not
it.
having that time with God, we can't lead others into having
Absolutely.
that
Yeah.
because he's got to change us first before
Absolutely.
we can
Yeah.
help usher people into his presence to be changed. And
Yeah.
people will see that. People aren't foolish. They see
Yeah.
performance over passion. They see
Sure.
talent over the true heart.
Right.
And like you said, I want to be known that my worship is just, yeah, she's connected with God. It's just
Sure.
between, at the end of the
Yeah.
day, it's between him and her, and there's nothing
Right.
else in this room or that changes
Right.
that.
Exactly.
And those pure, intimate times that you have with God, and sometimes it could be like you can sing the song today, tomorrow, another day, and you're like, yeah, it's just a song. But then all of a sudden you're singing it, and you're like,
I am
right?
not
And you're
kidding.
thinking, okay, I've just sang this for the last week and it did nothing. But all of a sudden, you're bawling the
No,
snot
I'm
running.
not
you know?
even kidding. These are the thoughts that were going on in my brain right now. And I thought, yeah, no, there are songs that, I'll sing them like Spirit of the Living God,
Yes.
right? And, we sing it, and man, there's moments when I'll get to the, when you speak, when you move, when
Yeah.
you do what only you can do, that it's just like, it catches me, right?
Yes.
Because we're human, obviously, and we're going through things too. And I just think it's stopping and in those moments that you just recognize that this is just God-sized things.
Yes.
These
That's right.
are the things that we, include in
That's right.
miracle territory.
Yes.
These are the God-sized things that we need him to move in. And the only way that he can do that, from the
Right.
beginning, we got to get out of the way.
Exactly.
We've been in the way too much. We've been trying to do it on our own too
Yeah.
much. But worship gets you to a place where you're just vulnerable before the Lord, and your cry out to him is just pure. And there's nothing else I can do. It's almost like you're like, all right,
Exactly.
I throw my hands up. I got nothing else.
And I think where people struggle as far as worship is the vulnerability
Yeah.
of it, right? But if you're worshiping by yourself, it's between you and God.
Sure.
So there's nobody to impress. There's nothing
That's
you're
so
going to do
true.
to impress God.
That's so true.
Right? So
Yeah.
stripping yourself down and being vulnerable,
Sure.
it's in that moment that
Right.
that the healing comes,
Yeah.
or the decision that he gives you the wisdom to, yeah, that's the right thing to do, or
Right.
that's the right place to go. And sometimes I think that we make decisions in our own, well, God, you don't really know what you're doing. I'm going to do it this way.
Sure, we're fixers.
Right. And sometimes he blesses that, even though it wasn't the right thing. You took a job you shouldn't have, but he still blesses you because
Sure.
that is who God is.
Sure.
He's not going to punish you because you made the wrong decision. Maybe there's repercussions that come from those things, but not
Right.
every
Right.
decision ends up but just think of the blessings that would have been on the
I was
other
gonna say,
side
right? The things we missed
had
out on.
that things that you miss out on, right? There's a picture on Facebook or online, of a little kid holding a teddy bear, and Jesus is on the other side, and he has this ginormous bear, and she's saying, but I don't want to give it up, and he's responding to her, but you can't see what I have that's so
Yeah.
much better for you,
Yeah.
right? And I
Great
look
picture.
at that picture and I get choked up thinking, it's so true. Like,
Yeah.
we just think this is
Right.
all I want, God.
Right.
Like, really, this is all I want.
Because that's all we can see.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's thinking, but what you don't see, and it's just so much more and so much better for you
Yeah.
than just this. But that, I think, that vulnerability of just getting into the presence. And I think people don't know what to do when they're there.
Sure.
And it starts with simply saying his name or singing a song. And you get caught up in his presence and caught up in what he has in those intimate, quiet moments. And
Sure.
sometimes they're not quiet. I've had my fair share
No,
where I am a
hands
screamer.
down. I'm
right?
an ugly crier.
Yeah. Oh,
Don't
definitely.
nobody want to see that.
You know what? I'm pretty sure people have called the police a few times because when I used to commute from Lynn to Worcester and back again, I would be on the Mass Pike,
right?
screaming in the car, banging the steering wheel. God, you gotta fix this and change this and right, and you're
Sure,
crying, and
sure.
people are driving by going, "Oh my word, what is going on in there?" Right? But for me, that was my time.
Yeah,
I
sure.
had such a long commute, and God forbid there was an accident on the Pike. Your hour and a
Sure.
half became
Yeah.
3, and I'm not going anywhere. So, all right, God, do it. You got to
Right?
do something.
And all of it, he's still God, though.
And
right?
all of it is still God. That no matter what. And so, coming to have a heart of worship is, like you said, just submitting and being vulnerable and allowing Him
Absolutely.
to change things and to change you and to fix
Right.
your atmosphere.
Right. I agree. I think that, it's this, again, songs that we sing. There's nothing that I could do to earn it, and Lord knows I don't deserve it,
That's right. That's right. Still, you give yourself away.
Yeah.
Right?
The extravagant love poured out
Yeah.
on us.
Exactly. Reckless Love is just such
For sure.
a good song. All controversy aside for you people, right? But
Right.
the overwhelming
Yeah,
love
never
of
ending.
God,
Yeah.
right? No matter what, and
No matter
even
how
just
much I mess up.
exactly, and He's gonna reach
Yeah.
into that pit that you've put yourself in and pulled you out.
For sure.
You've built that wall.
Right.
He's gonna knock it down to pull you out of there.
Right.
And no matter, there's nothing
Coming
that
after
you
you.
can do. He's
Yeah.
gonna come after you.
Yep.
Like
And
my-
there's nothing anybody can do to you.
correct.
He's
Correct.
gonna-
He's gonna.
Yeah.
He is there for you, no
Yeah.
matter what.
It's true.
I know you like my favorite joke about Uno's and the 99.
Did you guys write that?
We did.
Did you?
Actually, I'm going to take
Rob
100%.
wrote it?
No, I'm going to take credit because
Oh,
I
you?
did it because we were driving Route 20 and we
Okay.
passed both Uno's and the 99.
Okay.
And so I know most of you have heard this joke, but it says what is Jesus' favorite restaurant? No, why did Jesus leave the 99 to go to Uno's for the one? Right?
That is so cheesy.
It is so cheesy, but it's so true, right?
That's
so
funny. Sure.
of course. So he'll do. That's
Right.
what he'll do.
There'll
He
be
will
nothing-
leave the 99
nothing
to
he
go
won't
find
do.
you.
Yeah.
Nothing that he won't do to bring that one back.
Right.
And sometimes that one is us, and we think, oh no, we're just hanging out with everybody else, and we're so
Sure.
far away from where we're supposed to
Right.
be, And there's nothing that he's going to do to not bring us back.
Absolutely.
No place that we could go that we could hide from his presence.
Absolutely.
Anywhere in life.
Yeah.
Like nothing. No decisions, no choices, no anything we do can separate us or hide
I
us
love
from
it.
his presence.
True.
All right, let's see what else we got here. Let's keep going. We said all of that. People are 100% agreeing with you, Pastor Mary.
Aw.
Tina wrote, light it up like a runway. I love it.
Light it up like a runway.
Sarah wrote, he's the lamp to our feet and light into our path every minute of every day.
Amen.
The most important teaching I feel I've learned is don't talk about God and what is don't talk about God and what he has done in the Bible. It's important, but anyone can read the Bible, but you need to talk about your relationship with God and what he's done for you and how you have experienced him in your life, and that shows people his
Amen.
true love.
Yeah.
That is absolutely right.
Living it out.
Absolutely. There's power in our testimony. We should often share with the goodness and love of Jesus.
Amen.
Tina said, if I was there, I would just have to sit awkwardly
Stop.
and hum
Tina.
and hum.
She kills me.
Oh, Tina, we love you. They say they take their passion over talent. Let's put them to the test. Give this girl a tambourine and let me show them my dance moves. I can't. Okay, Tina. Next time you come.
Oh, is that Tina?
That is Tina. That is Tina. Yeah. Oh, we're not dancing. We'll sing.
We'll get you a
We can sing
tambourine.
for these people, but neither one of us will be dancing anytime soon.
That's awesome.
So, all right. So, last question, and then we'll maybe we'll sing a song
Okay.
for them. All right. Last question. Is there a difference between praise and worship?
I think definition-wise, I would say yes. I think thematic, yes. You know, it's kind of typical. You go into a church and your praise music is usually the fast stuff, anything over 120 beats per minute, and the worship is anything under 120 or under 100. So I think thematically, yes. You know, we divvy it out, but principle, I think it's all praise and worship.
It's all praise and
I think it's all, you know, attributed to the same. It's all directed to him. And so whether it's an upbeat 6/8 song, or, you know, we're doing a Revelation song in 62 beats per minute.
Right.
Yes, I do memorize
Good
beats
job.
per minute.
Daniel, did you get that? Pastor Mary memorizes the timing of all of her
Not
music.
all of them. So I try. You know, so it's all praise and worship. For me, it's all
It's
the
all
same.
the same. Yeah,
It-
I totally agree. And I've heard people say it both ways that,
Mm-hmm.
oh no, there's a completely different thing between praising God and worshiping God. But at the end of the day, it's all
I think
giving
you're
the
just
same.
splitting hairs. Yeah.
Exactly. It's all giving the same glory and honor
Adoration.
that
Yeah,
he
absolutely.
deserves. Whether I'm clapping my
Yeah.
hands or raising my hands,
Absolutely.
it's the same. And he
Yeah.
deserves it. He
Right.
deserves our praise
then-
and adoration and
Right.
our worship and the intimacy.
Because then we come back to the before topic. It's all about your heart.
Right.
So
Exactly. So, all right. So let me see if anybody else has wrote anything else here. Let's see. No, I think that's everything. We've got all the comments. All right. So we got a little treat for you. We are going to put on a video. It's about a minute long for you to watch, and then Pastor Mary and I are
gonna sing?
we're gonna sing. You want to sing?
sure.
All right. So watch this video, and we'll be back in just a second.
Awesome.
All right. So, Pastor Mary, are you ready?
Sure.
All right. Now,
You gonna tell them what we're gonna sing?
yeah, we're gonna sing
Goes
Heart
with
of,
what we're talking about.
we're gonna sing Heart of Worship.
Why
what
not?
What a better song to pick.
Absolutely.
Now, Samuel, don't be jealous of my piano
You'll
playing.
be great. It's gonna be great.
I just don't want him to think, that
Oh, that
I'm
you're
gonna,
taking
yeah,
over?
taking
Yeah,
over.
okay.
All right. So.
When the when the music fades and all is stripped away, and I simply come, longing just to bring something that's of worth that will bless your heart. I'll bring you more than a song, for a song in itself is not what you have required. You search much deeper within, through the way things appear. You're looking into my heart. I'm coming back to the heart of worship, and it's all about you. It's all about you, Jesus. I'm sorry, Lord, for the thing I've made it, when it's all about you. It's all about you, Jesus. King of endless worth, no one could express how much you deserve. Though I'm weak and poor, Lord, all I have is yours. Every single breath, I'll bring you more than a song, for a song in itself is not what you have required. He searches, you search much deeper within, through the way things appear. You're looking into my heart. I'm coming back to the heart of worship, and it's all about you. It's all about you, Jesus. I'm sorry, Lord, for the thing I've made it, when it's all about you. It's all about you, Jesus. I'm coming back to the heart of worship, 'cause it's all about you. It's all about you, Jesus. I'm sorry, Lord, for the thing I've made it, when it's all about you. It's all about you, Jesus.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
That's awesome.
It's been a long time.
That's it.
That was good. Well,
That was
thank
good.
you.
Nice
You know.
job. It was good.
Thanks. Well, Pastor Mary, thank you so much for joining
Aw,
us today.
thank you.
I love when you're here, and I love when we can just sit
Well,
and
let's do
chat
it again.
and reminisce.
Absolutely.
So thank you, everybody who joined us online. I
Thank
appreciate you commenting and being a part of just sharing what worship is for us. It's a big
Absolutely.
thing for Pastor Mary and I, one of our major connections on
Absolutely.
our relationship.
Awesome.
And so thank you, and enjoy the rest of your day.
God bless.